So yeah,
Awesome.
all right. So you can, like you can. Okay, so this is a dissected female pig, and so here we have the kidney, and then from the kidney we have the ureter. This you can trace to the urinary bladder over here, and then this actually is the umbilical artery. And so from the urinary bladder, we can see there's the urethra, that's right here, and then the urethra actually continues to this part here with the white pen, and this is urogenital sinus, because this is the convergence of urethra and the vagina right here with the red pen. And then in the pig, the uterus has a Y shaped, so this is the leg of the Y, and then their uterine horns that continue this way, and so over here we have at the end of this uterine horn we have the uterine tube. This is this right here, and then this is the ovary right here, covered in the infundibulum, which is this part right here. Okay, and so that's the female pig. And now if we move here over to the male, in the male we have the testis right here. And this would normally be inside of a scrotal sac, which you can actually see intact on the other side. And here the scrotal sac has been reflected. And then here we have the epididymis. This is this part. And then from here we have the spermatic cord going this way right here. And then this is the penis. This whole structure right here is the penis, which starts off with the urethra. And then same as in the female, we have the urinary bladder, and you can trace this ureter all the way to the kidney. And then if you look over here, this is actually the part of the skin that would be covering the abdominal area of this pig. And so here we have the umbilical cord, and then right under the umbilical cord you have this little opening. If we remove this pin, we have this opening right here, and that's the actual orifice through which the penis will be extended during intercourse. So we have to remember that in the pig, penis is an internal structure, unlike in humans. And then these scrotal sacs will be actually lowered in the adult pig, and this part right here will be the scrotum that will be actually larger and more visible on the outside. But in the fetal pig, you still you don't see that just yet. And then this, same as in the female, this will be the umbilical artery that goes here to the umbilical cord. Okay, and then if we could get a large. So this right here is the actual uterus from an adult pregnant pig, also known as the sow's uterus. And so as you can see, it's a pretty large structure, and this has to do with the fact that in the pig, you usually have litters, and so a litter in a pig could be about 10 to 15 piglets, and so inside of each of these sacs within the uterus, you have one fetus, So in the humans, this is usually not going to be the case, but in the pig you have at least, there's at least 10 in here. I don't know exactly. But this is how one of these sacs is going to look like if you dissect it. So you can actually see the uterine, this wall. So you can see the myometrium, the muscle layer, and you can actually see the endometrium right here in this wall. And then over here we have the ovary. This is the structure here, and then the ovary is covered with the infundibulum, and then this right here is the uterine tube. It goes this way. And then there are two uterine horns. So there's this whole structure here is one uterine horn, and then this structure here is the other uterine horn. And obviously here you have a second ovary right here, and you have this second infundibulum, and you have another uterine tube. And then this is the body of the uterus. So again, this is a Y-shaped structure in the pig. This will be a monopartite, more pear-shaped structure in humans. Now, moving on here, we actually have these fetuses that were removed from the uterus that you just saw. And so this fetus here is covered in both chorion and amnion, so the two layers of the two coverings that surround the fetus. And so here we see the chorion as the outside protective layer, and then these are actually amniotic sacs currently containing the amniotic fluid, which is going to be surrounding this fetus during pregnancy. And then in this fetus, I removed the chorion, so now you just see the amnion, and so you can see it's actually pretty transparent, if you could focus here. So you can actually see the internal structures of the fetus, so that you can see the leg there, the tail. So amnion is really very thin. And this is the umbilical cord. And then we can see this better. This is a later stage fetus. And so here we can see the umbilical cord, which ends up in the placenta, connecting to the inside of the uterus. Okay, and so those are all the structures.